Shalom. Before I get started, I want to start by saying, Call Halayim like Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to my apostle elders, a great millstone to taught me his truth and that rule well. And peace and bless to the elect out there, laboring on it, believing in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem HaKadosh. To USA, Shalom. This is the brother Amon from the GM at Charlotte Camp, back with our lesson through the spirit power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem HaKadosh. Pretty much, I want to go into the article that I found, going into, you know, how America's economy is continuing to be affected, and which is proof that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is, continuing to destroy America from the inside out. Okay, so this is off of TheVerge.com, which pretty much says that Lyft joins Uber in threatening to pull out of California over driver status. It says the companies say they can't afford to classify drivers as employees. All right, it reads, Lyft said it would shut down operations in California if forced to classify drivers as employees. The company's executive said in an earnings call with investors on Wednesday, Lyft joins Uber in threatening to pull out of one of its most important U.S. markets over the question of drivers' employment status. At issue is the classification of ride-hauling drivers as independent contractors, which Uber and Lyft say most drivers prefer because of the flexibility and ability to set their own hours. But labor unions and elected officials contend this deprives them of traditional benefits like health insurance and workers' compensation. Earlier this week, Uber and Lyft were ordered by a California Superior Court judge to classify their drivers as employees. Both companies said they will appeal the ruling, which will stay for 10 days. But if their appeals fail, Lyft may join Uber in closing up shop in California. The company's president, John Zimmer, said, if our efforts here are not successful, it would force us to suspend operations in California, Zimmer said on a call announcing the second quarter earnings of 2020. Fortunately, California voters can make their voices heard by voting yes on Prop 22 in November. Uber and Lyft, along with DoorDash, are funding a ballot measure, Proposition 22, which will override AB 5 by classifying ride-hauler drivers and other gig economy workers as independent contractors. This ballot measure is the company's plan B if their efforts to overturn the state's legal challenges fail. If drivers were classified as employees, Uber and Lyft will be responsible for paying them minimum wage, overtime compensation, paid rest periods, and reimbursements for the cost of driving for their companies, including personal vehicle mileage. But as independent contractors, drivers receive none of these benefits. Now, we know Esau was doing this, to pretty much, try to get as much money from these companies as they can before they totally shut this economy down, man. All right, and by them trying to, demand that Uber and Lyft, classify their employees, their drivers as employees, man, that gives them, pretty much more opportunities to tax them with this money. And as it read, man, and they said that they can't afford to pay them, minimum wage, overtime compensation, for their breaks and the reimbursement, for the mileage and the gas and all that, man. Because, like I said, this is further proof that Yahweh Shemel Shah is breaking this place down, man. Because we know that the gig economy, man, was, people's, last ditch effort, to find jobs. Because, as we know, man, this economy is pretty much through. No matter, the lies that Trump is telling the world, where he's pretty much saying that he's accumulated and generated, all these jobs which have, pretty much came out of nowhere, man, which they say they're imaginary, man, all right? But this was the people's, last effort to try to go and make some money on the side, man, because, you had a lot of people, doing the Uber Lyft thing, as as a side hustle, or for ones that, that wanted to do it. They did this was their income, man, and we know a lot of people and brothers that do this, full time. But as a California said, man, they're pretty much gonna have to close down shop, man, if Esau is making them, come and do this, man. All right, to classify their drivers as employees, man, because they can't afford to pay these people, because as we know, man, it's a lot of people that do Lyft and Uber, man. All right, so knowing that they have not made the money to go through that, man, and we want to read that. It says Lyft earnings report was grim as the COVID-19 shutdown continued to pummel demand for app-based ride hauling. The company reported 33 million in revenue in the second quarter, a 61% drop as compared to the same period last year. Lyft's active ridership also fell 60% to 8.7 million active users this quarter compared to 21.8 million last year. Lyft lost less money this quarter compared to last year because it was conducting fewer trips. Net losses for Lyft amounted to 437.1 million during the second quarter compared to 644.2 million in the same period last year. The company makes money on ride hauling, bike and scooter trips, and its new vehicle rental business. Unlike Uber, Lyft does not have a full-fledged food and grocery delivery business to fall back on as its core ride hailing businesses drop. All right? And like I said, this is just proof to you to show you that hey, America is through, man. All right, Yahweh Shema Shah has took the spirit from this place and he's destroying it from the inside out, man. Before he comes and physically just takes this place out, man. All right, so this economy, man, as you are going to continue to see, because this is only the beginning, man. All right, you're going to have a lot more people that's going to be jobless. You're going to have a lot more people that's going to be homeless, you know. And as Esau continues to turn this thing up, man, all right, it's gonna get worse and worse out here for these people, you know, to find work, man. All right, and so like I said, I want to give a few scriptures and to go in this, man. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right, so it's not gonna be no jobs out here for people, man. Okay, because the keepers of the house is the ones that's watching the economy, and as you go all throughout YouTube and different networks that go into the economy, man. All right, all these people, they know that this place is finished, man. All right, that's why they're telling everybody, to pretty much invest in gold and silver, you know, take the money out the bank and all this, because they see that this place is plummeting fast, man. You know, and as the grind gets tighter and tighter, you know, it's going to be fewer jobs than that. That's going to continue to be shown out here, man. We got to see a lot of people, lose work, man, because these businesses cannot stay open due to the losses that they're taking, thanks to the COVID, man. All these small businesses, like I said, these gig economy jobs, these app-based jobs, man, they can't, withhold the same amount of work they're doing because they're not bringing in the same revenue or more revenue than they used to, man. All right, anything that where you're spending more money than you're making, man, that's going to implode, man. All right, and that's what's happening to this economy, man. But it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And so, you say you got these people out here that's looking for work, man. They're not gonna be able to find any. And like I said, these gig jobs, man. These app jobs that they were doing, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash and whatnot. These were pretty much the last efforts that these people were doing to try to make some money. And with that gone, man, these people really don't have any other way to make money, man. So they're gonna see that Esau is really making them rely on them, man. And it's gonna get even more, tighter when he starts pushing this vaccine, and pretty much the job is gonna let you know that if you're not gonna get vaccinated, man, you can't work here. And so people having Lyft and Uber as a backup plan, they're not gonna be able. They're not going to want to go do the vaccination thing, so they know they can make money on their own. So that's why Esau is coming for these other app jobs, man. All right, because the same way that they're using the main businesses to push what they're trying to push, man. You don't think they're going to do that? That's why they want to make Lyft, Uber, and these different jobs like this, man. Classify their users as employees, so they can mandate those same stipulations, man. You know. All right, this is precept real quick. This is Isaiah 19:15. It says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail, branch or rush may do." Right, because as this economy, you know, continues to head for the worst, man, there's not going to be no jobs out here for people. So as you see with the unemployment status, man, as that continues to grow more and more, you know, it's only going to get worse, man. And so people are going to continue to try to rely on that unemployment because they're not going to be able to find jobs, man. And as I said, man, with Esau coming down on these gig jobs too, man. All right, it's really going to be, these people really going to feel the squeeze and be, worrying about where they're going to get this money from, man. And that's showing you that, hey, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's destroying this place, man, because he's using Esau to tighten the grip on the people to make them to pretty much rely on this devil, man. All right, and what's going to pretty much lead to their destruction, man. All right. So like I said, man, hey, we can see this place is imploding from the inside, and there's nothing that Esau can do to try to save it. No stimulus plan or nothing that he's been trying to use to keep you people full. It's not gonna help now, man. All right, this place is finished. Thus says the scriptures, and I'm about to read it, man. This is Jeremiah 51:8. And Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. Right, because if this place was to be healed, man, all right, it would have been done by now, man. But as we know, man, it's written for this place to fall, and Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's pretty much playing out that script, man. And so it's not in the Lord's story to bring America back to His glory, man. All right, you got Trump, that came into the office with that whack ass "Make America Great" slogan, and his renewal pitch for his new run is to keep America great. But as we know, both of those statements are false, man, because neither one of them has happened. How can you make something great which was never great, man? Okay, and then if it was never great, how can you keep it great if it's still sorry, man? If this country is continuing to get worse, what exactly are you keeping, great, man? So it shows you that these devils are retarded, man. All right. Verse 9, it says, "We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies." Right. And so even these other nations see that this place is through, man. So what they're ending up doing is taking their money that they made off this war, man, and going back to their own country with it, because they see that there's no coming back for this place, man. All right, everybody can see that America is not that superpower that they once were, in this so-called heyday, man. Because at one point everybody wanted to come over here because America was pretty much the country to come to pretty much live that dream lifestyle that everybody sees that's portrayed on TV, man. But when they get over here, they see that this is a shithole, which is almost, if not already, compared to a third world country, man. But it gives you the illusion that pretty much this is a pristine place, man, because you see you see Hollywood and their so-called glory, and you can pretty much go and do whatever you want, man. But as for everybody whose eyes are really open to this place, man, they see that it is through, man. All right, like I said, the economy is through. All right, the morale in this place is gone, man. There's nothing but wickedness going on, man. So we see that, hey, Yahweh Shem Shai is doing a great work, man. But like I said, for the main part, all right, you can see the Lord is destroying this place, because look at the job that He's drawing up, man. Because pretty much what He's doing, man, is making it to where, either you're gonna rely on the Lord or you're gonna rely on Esau, man. All right, and for the brothers that's laboring the truth, man, that just putting more faith in is us putting more faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, showing you that, hey, the Lord is gonna be the one that's gonna take care of us, not Esau and his bullshit ass jobs, man. All right, because this place is running out of time, man. And I'm gonna end with this, man. This is Habakkuk 2:6. It says, "Shall not all these take up parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay," right? Because this place was slated to be destroyed the minute that they made, the Bible the law of the land, man. Because you already established yourself by, getting rich off the back of the blood, sweat, and tears of the so-called neighborhood tenant with Native Americans. Okay, so you stole this land and got rich off of our plight, man. You know, and so as you continue to get rich off of us, man, which like I said, you stole everything that you got. You have put yourself in debt so much where if you go into the debt clock, man, this place is $1 trillion in debt, which is what they tell you, but it's even more than that, man. So this place, there's no coming back. To show you that Yahweh Shemel Shah said if Babylon would be healed, he would have healed her. All right, and like I said, this place is there's no healing. There's nothing that Trump or anybody could do to bring this place back, man. It's slated to be destroyed, and Yahweh Shemel Shah is doing it as we speak, man. But he's gradually slaying this place, man. All right, but it's gonna come a time where he cracks them clouds and physically do that, man. And that's what we're waiting on. So as we bide our time, man, and hastening his return, you know, we got to continue to endure, man. And even though we're, certain brothers, that rely on these different things like Lyft and Uber, man, the Lord's gonna get you through, and make sure that you're still be able to eat and provide for you and your family, man. So that's nothing that we should worry about. Just showing you that prophecy is taking place, man. So with that, I pray this was edifying. Like I said, just a quick lesson real quick. So with that, I'm gonna close out by saying, "Call Halam like Yahweh Shemal Shah by Shemal Dash." Double honors to my pastor elders, a great millstone taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.